All right. Hi, guys. Another video for you. Lex Gray here. Today, I'm going to talk about a couple things. First off, this idea was inspired by greatly from a YouTuber I found very recently called Gray Army Gaming. Gray Army Gaming. I'll put the link below. He is a prominent solo RPG channel. The gentleman on there has a great talent of making his own games, own house rules. He's done a mixture of different RPGs and tabletop war games. Now, I stumbled upon his channel because at the moment, at least at this week, I've been interested in collecting very, use that word loosely, collecting Magic the Gathering cards. Not to play, not to like sell or anything, but for Oracle use. I thought of it roughly a week ago or so, maybe five or so days ago. And at the same time, I've been interested in learning and playing the one-page rules, Grimdark Future, Age of Fantasy, the rules light tabletop war games that are heavily similar to Warhammer, which is far more sophisticated and rules heavy. But those two things led me into finding Gray Army Gaming. I'm saying that right. So no relation, no. This is not a sponsor or anything. Not I haven't been told. I haven't been in communication with this individual. This is strict. This is strictly being a new subscriber to them, and just me generally liking their content. So I'm saying all this because their channel has a multitude of helpful videos that talk about using the Magic the Gathering cards as oracles, as drivers for solo play, which again, I thought of casually probably, like I said, a week ago. And I'm like, all right, this coincidence can work for me. So I watched some of his videos, probably, a handful of them. Also, he did a great tutorial on how to play Grimdark Future, Firefight, I believe. And along with a handful, like I said, of other um, solo RPG videos using Magic Gathering cards, which I have here. I have a very small collection. I probably have 50 or so. He has roughly 1,000. That's based on his experience of collecting them. So, of these 50 I have, which are, made up from a few packs here and there every so often, they consist of land cards, there's creature cards, and there's instant cards. I have zero knowledge of Magic the Gathering. No idea how it works. Just know it's another Wizards product that got me caught up in spending. So, that being said, what I want to do today is inspired by his teachings, where you use a Magic Gathering card system to build a story, and you use a character with any RPG. Obviously, this being a solo channel, it will just be one character for this test run. So, again, the idea is inspired by from the Gray Army Gaming channel. I did not come up with this myself. Uh, I'm here to try it for myself to see how it works out and see if it's worthy of trying it on my Escobar system, my Escobar campaign. So let's go to the table and start. Now, Waverly here is my go-to character with Maze Rats, and we have our dice tray. So, in this little box I have off camera, I have instant cards, sorcery, and here I have creature cards mostly, with land cards being here. You guys can see there's already a few facing out. What I'll do is roll, again, this is similar to the Gray Army Gray Army Wargaming channel. And you basically roll a d6. There we go. So let's say there's 4. It's 4 days. Let's use a white dice so I can use the blue against red. So 4 days. Sorry, I think I said that I was mistaken. Gray Army Gaming is his channel name. Want to make sure I get the credit in there correctly. So, 4 days to start from this location that I know I just drew. All right. So, basically, this countdown, this timer here, will go down when we take care of 3 events per day. And once we reach 0, essentially, once we reach the past 1, we change locations, and you just keep going. In his video, the one I'm basing this off of, it was for hex crawling. This is just more of a linear slash sandbox approach. Linear meaning you're at the mercy of the cards, but at the same time, sandbox, you are building off of these cards. It's not really scripted per se. You are at the mercy of the card visually, maybe some of the text, but at the same time, you're building from the cards themselves. Okay, so that's our location. Now, with this timer die, I'm going to roll another d6 that represents these bottom two compartments. This is 1 through 3. This is 4 through 6. Location is not touched. That only changes after we finish the countdown. Okay, so here we go. 6 is going to be a instant. Basically an event, an omen, if you want. It's not a creature per se. Could be, but more so, it's context. Now, this is slightly different from how he did it in his channel. His deck is shuffled, and he draws the card for, I think he kept locations out. I don't recall exactly, but mine's more a controlled chaos compared to his was at random. But he did choose the cards to shuffle. So there is randomness, but there is a controlled randomness. This is more an organized approach to it. So let's draw a instant card, and we draw a sorcery, essentially. So this is the first event that happens during the day. Could be the morning, could be around before noon. And basically, it says rally at the Hornburg. We can say that our character Waverly is getting caught up in an ambush. Or perhaps he's in part of a battle. We can always ask the Oracle for clarification. We can roll a D100 and ask, is our character part of this? It looks like to be some kind of major battle scene. Let's say 75% chance. That's a very strong yes. Not only is Waverly the part of this battle, he's the leader of the battle. Okay, so to compress the timing, the involvement of this card, we can simply roll a check. And with, of course, with Maze Rats here, our character, I'm going to say he's a Briarborn, so survival, etc. Let me grab the Maze Rats book for clarification. There it is, Maze Rats, okay. And Briarborn, just so we can get a class similar, tracking, forging, survival. Okay, so he's definitely a character, as I would say it, as a fighter. Just to say he's a fighter. Let's just put in that he's a fighter. Just to hack a little bit. There we go. That gives him saves at certain times. All right, so that gives him a +2. But because he's a survivalist, he's a fighter, I'm going to roll 3 dice, choosing the 2 at the highest, with a +2 bonus. And basically, this is summing up how this battle went. It's a mass battle sequence. We're not exactly fighting anyone individually. If we were fighting a creature, I would be doing a conventional initiative roll and attacking back and forth. So, +2 on this roll. We're shooting for the usual 10. Or, better yet, I do like my house system, my house rule system, where it's powered by the apocalypse. So you have the scale of success. Okay, let's see what happens. With a +2 and choosing the 2 highest rolls, and the 2 landing outside. So we have the 3, 4, which is the 2 best of the 3. 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9 is the partial success. Well, as I see it, that can mean that most of the battle has concluded, and either it's about to finish up, we can draw a creature card and say we're up against the very last remaining enemy, or maybe we took a wound, or we lost quite a few people, because again, it's partial success. We did complete the battle, but we lost a good amount of individuals, other fellow warriors. So let's go back to the board here. I'm going to say, just for now, that perhaps we took some damage, but the battle has concluded, and we are victorious. And so we finish this card. Now I roll for the next one. 5. That's again another instant slash sorcery. I'm going to put this just on top, somewhat like solitaire, which is ironic because this is solitaire play. And we're surrounded by orcs. Well, we can take this literally. We are surrounded by orcs. This card is a sorcery card, it's not a monster, but our our team, the remaining individuals that just survived the recent horde, as we left the site wherever we were fighting, I totally forgot to mention what land I'm in here. We were fighting in some kind of, it says plain swamp, but it looks like some kind of massive structure. So, my apologies. The location was a massive structure of sorts. And we were fending off, we were battling some hordes of creatures, and as we were on our way out, we encountered, later in the day, these orcs. Could be anything else, could be a different creature, but essentially we were surrounded. So, surrounded meaning that this is an ambush. Now, we can simply do a roll here for will to see if we fall for this ambush. Let's try that. Based on the fact that there were a Briarborn, survival, tracking, I'm going to have an advantage here. So, I'm going to roll. There's no bonus, though. It's just advantage. So, rolling for will, and we're doing the Power of the Apocalypse system. And, of course, we land a 4 and a 9. There's no modifier. We have another partial success. So, as we were leaving this temple, this large structure, we were ambushed. But our character noticed in time that the ambush was coming. However, we can say after the battle was fought, we again lost a few individuals. Maybe there was a trap that we missed, or we took some damage again. I'd say that the easiest answer could be we took damage. And the damage could be because this roll is sums up the entire battle, which is a move in Ironsworn. You roll for battle, I think, and it just sums up the whole battle. You're not really playing out the entire fight in a traditional combat sense. So this one could be the difference from 10 below is how much damage we take. In this case, 9 is a difference of 1, which means we are down to 7. So after this ambush by orcs, we were again victorious, but we did take another wound. So that has been resolved. Because I decided to roll in seeing if the ambush did in fact happen to their advantage, if they were able to swarm us and take us out in one go. Okay, now we go roll again. And, okay, another instant. All right, our third final for the day is Claim the Precious. Well, that's definitely a card, I think that's from the Lord of the Rings. Yep. So, sorcery. Well, Claim the Precious. Considering Lord of the Rings here, we can say that one of our comrades is being seduced or controlled mentally by some nearby force. And they turn on our team. May they turn on us. What if it's actually us that's trying to be coerced? Let's do a roll. I'm going to say it is. So Waverly here is attempting to be coerced and turned on his own compatriots. So there's really no advantage I can think of regarding our character. This will be a simple roll. There's no bonus either. Okay, 7. So 7 is that's the bottom of the barrel partial success. We were able to eventually snap out of it, but there has to be a penalty. There has to be some kind of narrative setback, complication. We could say perhaps that we lost the trust of some of our followers. They weren't able to believe. They don't believe what happened. Morale is low because we are the leader of this group based on that very strong yes we got in the beginning. That we were able to so easily be entranced by some other external factor, some character in the distance who's controlling us, or we saw an item that triggered a trap. Maybe our character was just entranced to take this item that was on a pedestal, like Indiana Jones. You take it off the pedestal and a trap gets triggered. Even if you put the bag of sand on it, it still gets triggered, a giant stone. So something gets triggered. So this claim, the precious, could be a positive, but as I'm seeing here, if we're in a dungeon crawl, temple crawl, something bad has to happen. So it being the very late hours of the night, our team was about to maybe set up camp and rest, but something happened negatively because claim the precious, Spiegel here, um, our team raided this temple and we stole something. We took something. Whatever reason we were here for. Waverly is in charge. We could be a rogue group of thieves and we stole something. Maybe this doesn't actually have to do with us. Maybe one of our most trusted comrades tried to steal it for themselves. So we either have to stop them. That sounds more entertaining. I like that idea. Okay, so this individual, though again, there's only like 5 or 6 of us left after we were, ambushed. We had the first battle in the beginning. We have to convince this individual or stop him somehow. Let's ask the Oracle. Is this individual, this teammate of our party, he's stealing the item for himself? Maybe it's a magical artifact that it does indeed convince or manipulates the possessor to do bad things or to steal it for their own, like the ring, essentially. Become addicted to it, obsessed with the ring. So it could be the ring, just for the sake of story. It is the ring itself, not from one of the rings, but it is a ring that if you wear it, you become powerful and you can do what you want. You basically, our teammate wants to steal it for their own. If we had another, a handful of NPCs, I would be more detailed on who it is, but basically 75% chance that this guy is going to run off with the ring. Yep. Okay, so 60% chance means that for me, that's a weak yes. The lower, the better. Unless a blackjack system, which I've talked about before, the higher the better. The closer you are to your pitched percentage, it's a very strong yes. But in my book, the lower 10% strong yes, the upper 10%, 90 plus, is a strong no. Similar to the one-page mythic. So, with this strong yes, that means I believe we are allowed to roll and convince him to not go and take the item. So let's do a roll. And we are simply rolling, we're doing a opposing roll. We don't have any bonus on will, but we are the leader. So environmentally, for the story, I'm going to give an advantage for blue. Red is him. So we have a 6-4, which is a 10. We're doing opposing roll, not the Power by the Apocalypse roll. So we exceed his roll by literally 1. I'm sorry, by quite a bit, by 4. So we convince him not to take the product, not to take the ring. Okay, which means we conclude this day. We then lower this to 3, and we put these cards in the back into a dead pile. All right, location is complete. And now we draw a new location from our controlled chaos. Now we're outside. We're in the Deadlands. We are basically out leaving the temple. The first thing we do that happens outside the temple is, all right, it's going to be a creature. We have an encounter potentially. And the encounter is with the Cruel Witness. Someone, we can say it is this bird-like creature, or it's a scout. Someone spying on us. This could be a companion, a creature companion, a animal companion of another character. Okay, we've been spotted. Will I let my character roll for seeing the spot? I don't think so. This is going to be behind the scenes from the character's perspective. So, we've been spotted. What I'll do is keep this actually an instant that's active during the rest of the campaign, the session, until we encounter that character who this creature belongs to. Okay, so that's been settled. Next, we're going to roll again for what we encounter. 6. Okay, we encounter an instant or a sorcery. Enchantment. Okay. It looks like Bewitching Leechcraft. Well, I'm not too familiar with this one. It says when Bewitching Leechcraft enters the battlefield, tap intended creature. The intended creature has a uh, if this creature would untap during your untap step, remove +1, -1 counter, blah blah blah. Again, I don't play the game, but judging by the picture, I don't know. It looks like it's a set of armor. Oh, actually, okay, I see now. It's a little dark on my part, but you guys probably see it better than I do. But this is an individual here. This character looks upset, and there's someone trying to, I don't know, calm him down or lift him up emotionally. But apparently, I think this will represent one of our characters for some reason regretting something from his past. And we can, again, if this was an actual campaign or a session with a one shot, I would have story here. We can say that it is maybe the character from earlier tried to steal the ring. Maybe he's regretting what happens, and he felt like it was he embarrassed himself, or he has dishonored his family, that kind of thing. I believe that's what this is. So this individual that's part of our team, his name can be John Smith, just for now. John Smith is upset about trying to steal the ring because he felt like he was weak in trying to fight, resist that temptation to steal that ring. So we're going to do a will roll in trying to basically, with our leader advantage, which gives us a 3d6, with no bonus though, and convince him that, hey, it wasn't your fault, it was the ring. Don't feel so down about it. Okay, well, there we go, 10. All right. That's it. We were able to convince him it's not your fault. This thing is a powerful artifact. We'll just we're going to deliver it to our client, and that's it. So that card's been dealt with. Now we're going to roll again, and a 4. Or that's going to be the second pile. The instant card, Sorcery. Fire Ore of Orthanc. Orthanc. So looks like there's an explosion. There's literally an explosion here. Okay, this is very intriguing. Now, this explosion could be some kind of magical bomb of sorts. Someone threw a magical pack of C4 at us, and it blows up on the side. We are attacked by the very individual that has been scouting us, spotted us with that bird companion. That's a little connection there. So we have to settle this with a roll. It is going to be against, let's say, well, it's an explosion. Let's ask the Oracle if it's a trap or it's someone attacking us from afar. Let's roll 50-50. It's a trap that we triggered while walking at night. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? 50-50. It's not a trap. Okay, so I forgot that when you rest in camp, you do heal. So I need to take care of my health here, but it is not a trap at the same time. So negligence on my part, but basically we're back to 12. Well, we are indeed being attacked. Okay. We're being attacked by the very source that has that bird companion. And what I'm going to do is draw a creature on the side here, because this is a forced draw. I'm connecting 2 dots here. I believe this card spawns a creature because of the explosion. So this creature is a troll. Okay, so it's a troll. There we go. We have the encounter with the troll. Now, perhaps the explosion scattered our team. We were blown up, and we got thrown across the woods here, the forest, and we all got scattered. The troll encounters us because we have main character syndrome. And so we're going to have let's do an encounter. Let's roll a opposing roll with the 2d6 here. And I'm rolling with the bonus of dexterity. +1. 4. Okay, I'm victorious. That's going to be 7, 8, 9 over the 6 roll. Okay, so we go first. Let's give the creature some stats. Let's use this little card here on the side so you guys can get a little feel for it. There we go. I'm going to move this up a little bit, like so. And we're combating this creature. Okay, so this is a troll. He has, let's see, HP of, let's give him, we have 12. So we are level 2. So let's say, or level 3 actually. Let's say he has health of 8 and armor of also 8. Troll probably is very heavily equipped. His damage is going to be, well, it's usually 2d6 anyways. Heavy weapon, so +1. So kind of close to ours, minus the health gap. So we go first. We're attacking him, and we're a fighter, so that gives us a bonus, advance roll, and we have attack bonus of +2 due to our level. There we go. 3, 5. I'm doing advantage. I chose the highest roll. That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 over the armor is 2, and our weapon bonus, longsword, is 1. So that's 3 damage. 3 wounds. So 7, 6, 5. Okay? Now it's his turn to attack us. He rolls 2. +1 if it hits. That's a 10. That is a hit. We have armor of 9, so 10 + 1. That's 2 damage to us. I'll just put PC here. I'll tally damage here. So that's going to be, again, 10 + 1 is 11. So that's 1 damage, 2 damage. Okay, I think. Again, we have 10. That's a hit. That's 1 damage. Yep, our armor's 9 plus the additional 1. That's 11. All right, so we take 2 damage. We are going to attack back with advantage because we're a fighter, with a +2 bonus on the top 2, and another 10. That's a 10 as a hit. That's a difference of 2, and then our 1 bonus of 3. So he is down to, oh, yep, 4, 3, 2. He's down to 2. Okay, now it's his turn to attack us. That's a miss. All right, back to us. That's a 6 plus the 2 bonus. 8. Oh, okay, that is a hit. So D&D style rules, that is a hit if you land on the armor value, the AC essentially. That is a hit +1 though, so we only deal 1 hit because of our weapon bonus. The weapon bonus does not apply to the actual roll. Okay, so now he attacks. 5, 6, 7 is a miss. We attack with +2 bonus and the advantage roll. Oh, critical. So yeah, he's gone. Okay. We take the troll out for a nice walk to death. Okay. And there you go. We have completed our 3rd day. What I do is I'm going to reset it down to 2. Rinse and repeat for each step. To be honest with you, I feel like going. So let's continue. I was going to stop right here because this is kind of a test run to see if it will work in future videos. But I want to keep going. So we take these cards. And we remove our health is fine. We haven't encountered any damage in that battle. Actually, we did. We did encounter 2. So I'm going to keep it at 10 for now because that happened at night when we were resting. Something I haven't emphasized is that in the Grey Army gaming channel, in his video, he says that each card, the 3 cards, is 1 per day. So if you think like 8-hour shifts at work, it's from 6 to 2, then 2 to 10, and overnight. In that case, it was overnight. We were resting, but then we were ambushed, the explosion, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're going to reduce the count to 2, like so, and remove the card of the forest. Then in controlled environment, controlled chaos, we're going to draw the next location card. Okay, so we have this nice open field, this terrace. Shire Terrace, kind of looks like a farmland in like Southeast Asian country. So, yeah, it's pretty peaceful. It's the next morning. This makes sense. And the first thing that happens in the morning is 5. That's going to be our instant section. And, oh, perfect. We heal up. We have breakfast. I usually wouldn't really worry about breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Rations, I probably should, but this reduces our rations, so I should be tracking, but my character sheet is kind of, always in limbo, because I want to make Waverly my go-to for these test sessions, so he's in limbo. I don't want to reduce anything on his weapons or his inventory. But basically, this means our character heals. So he's back to 12. Okay? And I'm also fixing that for the character sheet down here. All right. Next is after that supper, or after that meal, we encounter a creature. An elf scout. Are these elf scouts going to be 50% chance evil? Yep, they're going to attack us. Okay, so this might be. I think everybody's after this. Remember, we have 2 more days to get to our uh, delivery, to deliver the ring to the client who wants it. As simple as it may be, that's the story. But this elf scout is a team that are also looking for the. It's another party that's looking for the ring. So we encounter an adversary. All right, because it's a group, I'm going to roll a battle similar to Iron Sword and just summarize it in one roll. I will include our strength for +2 or attack bonus of +2, either way. So because I'm the leader, fighter, rolling for advantage of +2 on the roll, and it's the Power of the Apocalypse rules, so we have 9 +2 is 10, 11. Okay, we fend off this elf scout group with little trouble. We overwhelmed them, or they were tired from travels of their own. We were able to fend them off. Okay, which means we do our next card, which is basically based on another creature. Okay, so we reach later that evening. We encounter some birds. These evil Dunland Creebane birds, if I'm pronouncing that right. 50% chance they attack. That's a negative. They don't. They are flying. They're flying away. It's an omen. It's a symbolism. They're flying away in the direction that we're going, which means maybe someone's tracking us. Someone's following us. So that's how I'm perceiving that card. Okay, we rest up, and it's the next day. This day was slightly less eventful. Now we're down to these cards. These cards get scrapped into the junk pile, and we also scrapped the location. Next location, our final location before we reach our delivery point, is a river. Where we reach a river and we're walking alongside it because we know this trail goes down to wherever our destination is. So while we're at this river, we're going to encounter the following 4. That's going to be a instant, and I mean, come on. This is basically the writing itself. I swear that I've randomized all these cards in their respective decks. So another breakfast we have in the morning. So we are healed up, but again, none of our we're not hurt. Our crew probably maybe suffered a few bruises, but they are healed up and good to go. Okay, now for the afternoon portion, we have another instant and fear fire foes. Someone in the distance. This card is definitely that's symbolic. That is pure evil. So someone in the distance we can see we can take this picture literally too. There is this. It looks like someone on horseback or some kind of creature on riding this creature as they are in the distance. Now this individual, does he pursue us? 50% chance. Does he come after us? Yep, he does. Okay, so he is at a distance, but it does eventually turn into an encounter. So he's going to rush us and attack, but he attacks me because I'm the leader. I tell my team to hold back. I'm going to handle this myself. Okay, so this is combat. We're rolling another encounter, and let's get this individual here. Damage can be it looks like it's just I'm going to say it's just a bad guy because I can't really tell who it is. Maybe it's a demon or someone, a demon scout. Just for fun, I'm going to say demon scout. Okay. And then from earlier, let's say his health is also 8. With armor, looks like he's actually heavily armored, so I'm going to keep it at 8. His damage, I'm going to actually reduce it to a d6, though. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll for encounter, see who goes first. Our initiative, I'm going to do +1 dexterity. Okay, we have 5 total. They have 4, so we're barely able to edge it out and get the first attack in. So, fighter, actually, you know what? He's on a horse, so that puts us at a disadvantage. I'm going to not include the advantage, but I will include an attack bonus of +2. 5 against, with a +2, that's 6, 7. Against the armor is a miss. Okay, they attack us. 5, that's a miss. All right, 10 for us, plus 2, that's 12. Unnatural 12. That's a hit. 12 is a difference of 4, plus 1 for the weapon bonus on our longsword. So that's going to be down to 4 and then down to 3. Okay, it was a good hit. Now he attacks us. 10, that's a hit. Okay, so 10 is a difference of 1. So we take 1 wound. Next is going to be plus 2 on the roll here. That's 5, 6, 7. That's unfortunately 1 short. All right, here we go. Enemy 8 is not a hit. Okay, hopefully last roll. 5, 7 total, plus the bonus of 2, so that's 9. That's 1 damage and then additional damage down to 1 with the weapon bonus. Okay, he attacks us. So, ooh, 12. Shoot, that's bad. That's very bad. 12 is a difference of 3. So we take 3 more wounds. There we go. All right. There is a rule of maze rats. If you land on doubles, you get double damage. Or if you land on 6s, well, if you get double damage. I'm not going to apply that here. Okay. Next is our roll. Plus 2 as always. That's 9, 10, 11. Okay, he's been defeated. All right, so as we defeat him, he just vanishes. He disappears into his shadowy smoke. So he's defeated. All right. Wondering who that was. All right, let's draw our next card to finish this last day for this last one shot. 3 is a creature. Okay, so more birds. Okay, this now because the card is brighter in tone compared to the red, this could be peaceful. I believe these birds at night, as the sun is setting, signals the end of our adventure. So while the team is approaching this large settlement or the city where our client is to deliver the package, the ring, the birds fly into the sunset and it fades to black. There you go. That's the method of using Magic the Gathering cards. And to be deadly honest with you, it is absolutely genius. I have to give credit to, again, Grey Army Gaming. Please check out his channel. Not a sponsor, no relation, just a fan. Now a fan. Just stumbled upon his channel recently. I highly recommend checking out his content. I think he's still uploading too. So again, some channels have a tendency to fall off. He is still actively uploading, if I'm not mistaken. So this method is far better, so much better than tarot cards. No disrespect to tarot cards. There are countless different types of tarot cards, but they can be too symbolic. They can be too vague. These have some detail in them, enough detail to fall within the fantasy realm category. And I purposely bought a couple packs that said Lord of the Rings. I had no idea that Magic, that Wizard, has some kind of license deal with other franchises to, I don't know how if it's like owned by the same company, but anyways, I didn't realize that there were franchised card packs. Still learning about Magic the Gathering. Haven't known about it I knew about the existence of Magic the Gathering, but I had no idea how deep it gets. So I do really enjoy this method. It's been great. This is probably one of my favorite sessions on Lex Talk, or just favorite sessions using cards compared to other tarot cards. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you all do the same thing with like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Pokemon cards or other different One Piece or Dragon Ball, whatever kind of card you use, whatever game it is. If you use cards to drive the story, and I'm thinking, obviously, Escobar is an ongoing campaign. I do a handful of episodes a week. There's times I take a step away from it, and I do like my last video was a one-page rules skirmish match between zombies and goblins. I will do other videos occasionally just to branch out and do something different one shots using different game rules. So let me know let me know what you guys think. I had some real fun with it, and I hope you did too. So as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.